You've heard of personal New Year's resolutions, right? But what about resolutions for your business? They can be incredibly powerful too. No, wrong. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, and I'll tell you why. But I'm also going to give you my framework that will help you create your one great goal this year. So, first, here's the thing: New Year's resolutions don't work. We've all heard the statistics, right? I think only maybe 10% of people that set their New Year's resolutions in the beginning of January have them by the end of the month. Like they disappear pretty quickly. And if you've experienced it yourself, right, you set a New Year's resolution, it sounds good. But the problem with resolutions is it's kind of like saying, I resolved to do this, but it doesn't really have any rails around it. It's not always super clear, and it doesn't have a plan attached to it, so it typically doesn't work. But guess what? It's not your fault. It's not your fault at all, so don't blame yourself. Instead, I want to show you a way that can help you get crystal clear on what it is you really want, your true heart's desire, so you can reach any goal that you desire. I know that sounds like a pretty big promise. Here's the thing. In 2008, which I know sounds like a million years ago right now, I wrote a book called One Great Goal. And this book is based on my process that had downloaded over the years. And this process is a clarification process to help you really understand what it is that you want to create next. Not what other people have told you to create, not what you think you should create, but what it is that you truly want. Now, a lot of people say to me, like, Ursula, I want to, I'd love to be a pro basketball player. How can I achieve that? Well, here's the truth. When people say it, it's usually a little sarcastic, right? Like, do you really want to be a professional basketball player? Are you just saying that to challenge this idea? Because most people who wanted to become professional basketball players, they probably already are, or they got as far as they could, right? And for the rest of us, that's not really what we want. We all have heart's desires that we don't tell other people. They're the things that we hold here that we really want to create. You, as a business owner, because you're hanging out here, you probably have goals like, I want to have a multi-7, 8-figure business. Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you wish you could launch a podcast. Maybe you wish you could be a guest on a television show, or be interviewed on a television show. Whatever it is, that's what I want you to start to think about, is your true heart's desires. When I talk to a client and I know their true heart's desires, I know there's a way to get there. Because the truth is, you wouldn't have a desire in your heart to create something if the way to get there didn't already exist around you in some way. Like it's already around you. And I remember when a coach told me that, and I thought, that's not true. But over time, I've seen that play out again and again and again. Your heart's desires want you as much as you want them. Now, getting in touch with them is a whole other thing, because a lot of times people will say, I think I know what I want, but they're really not sure. And so a quick and easy way to figure out what you do want in your business and in your life is to ask yourself this question. Are you ready? You might want to write it down. Ask yourself, what am I tolerating in my business right now? Or if it's personal, what am I tolerating in my life right now? So let's use the business example, because a lot of clients come to me and they know that they want to achieve incredible things in the next 12 months, but they're not quite sure how to articulate them, or they're just not quite sure what they are. When I ask the question, what are you tolerating in your business right now? Most people can answer that really quickly with things like, well, number one, I'm tolerating not making enough money. I hear that often. I'm tolerating not having enough time. I'm tolerating working hard. I'm tolerating not getting support from my team. I'm tolerating, right? Here's what's powerful. Once you know what you're tolerating, you can flip it and look at the opposite, which will tell you exactly what you want. So for example, I'm tolerating not making enough money in my business. Well, then I would ask, all right, well, what's the opposite? How much money do you really want to make in your business? For a lot of clients, it's 7 figures. People that show up in our world, they want to get to 7 figures. So I say, write that down. And then they might say, I'll say, what's the next thing you're tolerating? I'm tolerating working all the time. Well, what do you want? What would you rather have? Okay, ideal. And they're so excited to tell me. Ideally, I'd like to work 4 days a week from 10 until 2 o'clock. which a lot of our clients want because they have kids. So they have like this limited amount of time they want to work and they want Fridays off. Okay, so write that down. Next, they might say, I'm tolerating doing all the work and not having support. Okay, that's painful. What do you really want? Well, I really want 2 people on my team who give me incredible support so I can focus on my genius work, what I'm supposed to be doing. Great, write that down. Do you see what I'm doing here? So slowly they start to take their list of what they're tolerating and they start to move it over to their goal list. The next level is to go back and tweak your goals. And I suggest that you come up with 10 goals that you'd like to create in your business over the next 12 months. Now stay focused on your business goals because if you combine your personal and your business, it gets confusing. So do those separately. So for this exercise, 10 goals that you'd like to create in the next 12 months in your business, okay? The next part of this, which is really important, is to write your goals down in a very specific way. And this has come from years of reading every book on goal setting that you could imagine, having attended, I don't even know, hundreds of seminars. I've read the books. I've learned from the best. And this is the way that I found to be the most powerful to write your goals down. And I want to give a shout out to one of my friends, Michael Loche, who wrote a book called The Law of Attraction. And he taught me how to write goals in this way, which is so powerful. So there's 1 of 2 ways to write your goals, either in the present tense, so as if it's already happened. And you could say, I am the owner of a 7-figure business. I am a New York Times best-selling author. 2 of the most powerful words in the English language are I am. Anything you say after I am, your subconscious mind just takes on. So for example, whatever the negative stuff is you say after I am, your subconscious mind takes that on as well. So fill in the blank, I am blank. And we say this stuff to ourselves all the time. So start to switch that and only say positive things after the 2 words I am. So again, you might say, I am leading a 7-figure business. I am a New York Times best-selling author. So that's one way to write your goals down. Now, for some of you, you might feel like your brain's saying, no, that's not true. I can't believe it. That's fine. Michael Loche gave me this great tip. He said, you can write your goal instead like this. I am in the process of becoming a 7-figure business owner. I am in the process of becoming a New York Times best-selling author. So just start it off with I am in the process of, and that kind of takes the push off of it. So if your subconscious mind is like, I don't believe that, you can see how when you shift it, your subconscious mind might be more open to hearing that. Okay, so choose one way to write your goals down and then write them all in that same way. Next, once you have your 10 goals written down, now it's time to prioritize them and figure out what's most important to you. And so your first step is to put a plus sign in front of your top 5 goals and a minus sign in front of 5 goals that you could let go of. And this is just a way to prioritize your goals. So top 5 have a plus sign, the 5 that you're letting go of, a minus sign. If you've written 12 down because you're an overachiever and that's how you roll, I want you to put a plus sign in front of your top 5 and a minus sign in front of 7. You're going to let go of 7. So no matter how many you've written down, even if you've only written 7, we want you to get to your top 5. Okay? Once you have your top 5, take a look at them, read them. Why are they important to you? How long have you been thinking about them? And then go ahead and put an X over one of the plus signs, letting go of one of those 5 goals, so you're down to your top 4. And look at those top 4 and just ask yourself, why are they important to me? How long have I been thinking about these goals? Because you're going to let go of one more. So put an X over one more plus sign, leaving your top 3. Now, you can do this. I know for some of you, you're like, I can't let go of this goal. You're going to get them back, but you just want to do this to let them go so you can really see what's most important to you. So looking at the top 3, how important are those to you? How long have you been thinking about achieving them? Why are they important to you? And then you're going to look at those 3 and let go of one more, keeping your top 2. Now we're getting close. We're getting close to your one great goal. For some of you, and I've been doing this a long time, for some of you, those 2 goals can become 1, and that is your one great goal. For others of you, those 2 goals are very different. So just choose the one that's most important to you. Put an X in front of one, and then put a star in front of your one great goal. And then congratulations, you have discovered your one great goal. The reason this one great goal process is so powerful is because when you put your energy and your focus on accomplishing the one great goal, what happens is the rest of the goals on your list also get completed. My book, One Great Goal, on the cover has a picture of a comet. And if you remember from 5th grade science, the front of the comet is called the head. The back of the comet is called the tail. The front of the comet is truly your one great goal. It's where all the power is, it's where all the energy is. Your secondary goals are the tail, right? All the secondary goals are the tail of the comet. And so when you put all your energy and attention on the first one, on the one great goal, it gives it so much power. And when you focus on achieving that one great goal, again, what usually happens is the rest of the goals on your list are also accomplished. So I invite you to take yourself through this process and see what comes out for you. We have a client who completed 50 one great goals in 1 year by doing this process and by following this powerful methodology. Again, we started talking about New Year's resolutions. Do they work? I don't think so. What works is setting powerful, straightforward goals that are truly your heart's desire and everything that you want to create over the next year. If you enjoyed hanging out with me and listening to this one great goal process, stick with me because up next, we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of scaling to 7 figures. And remember, your 2X is waiting for you too.